Right, we're back with Town TV again, and I'm really pleased to be joined by Ben from Chorley, one of the few managers who faced the cameras last year when they actually won, and he's facing the cameras today when they've lost. I know it's been a long day, 363-mile round trip. How do you think your performance was today?
I think we probably controlled a lot of stuff in our sort of defensive third, middle third, but our issue was trying to create things in the final third. I think some of the issues we came across was how physical Allan was and how we couldn't match that. We were trying to play outside of their shape and try and create things in the wide areas, try and create things in behind. But you know, credit to Allan today, they stopped us from being able to do it and made it really difficult.
But like we said last year, you really are a footballing team. In the second half you were 3-0 down, and you had a passenger play from your goalkeeper which nearly led to a goal. It was almost about 35 passes. Is that the way that Chorley want to play football, on the deck, along the ground?
Yeah, I think that's what we try and do. We've done it since I came in. I think when I took over, the team was get it as far away from our goal as possible, get it into the striker and get bodies in and around, and then we'll play off that, which is, you know, it works really well. The problem for me is I just don't see football that way. I like to have the ball, I like to open opportunities, I like to open passing lanes, I like to open different opportunities with overloads in areas, and that's kind of what we try and do. I think it's been our downfall a little bit this year. We've seen every team that we've come across, everything's gone long. They've been trying to get in behind, been more direct, and I think it's worked against us, and you know, we've got to try and fix it. But yeah, we do like to try and get the ball down. We like to try and play football, and you know, the pleasing thing is that we're still trying to do the same thing regardless of the state of the game. We play the same way, because if we start going away from the game plan too much, I think then we just sort of hit and hop, and that's, you know, going direct balls into channels for players to run onto. It's a tactic that works really well, especially in the National League this season. But from our point of view, I just want us to try and play football. And
your team certainly try to do that. I was speaking to some of your committee members and everything, and you train on a 3G pitch. What's the difference when training on a 3G pitch to playing on what we see in Northumberland, a clarty, mucky, wet grass pitch?
Yeah, it doesn't suit us. It's not ideal for us. I think when we look to try and play quickly, we struggle. I think there's times where there's players that you'd look at that are probably our more technical players getting the ball stuck under the feet.
You've got them.
Yeah, and that's where the trade-off is, and we struggle against those that are a little bit more physical, a little bit more in your face, and they're ready for that fight in certain areas. Not to say that our players aren't ready for a fight. It's just you trade-offs and benefits. If you've got a team full of technical players, you come up against a team that's physical and they want to get the ball and forward really quickly, then it makes it difficult for us.
We've been watching you from Town there, because we were in the same league as you. Last year you were hugely successful. You've still basically got the same squad, but you're struggling a little bit.
Yeah, we've got a player retired at the end of the season who's she was a big character around the dressing room, a big character around the club. We still see her, obviously she's not gone away, but she stopped playing, and it's had an impact on us a little bit. Our left back is long-term injury, so we lost her in the summer and haven't had a back. We won't have a back now until next season at some point. We've got, we've brought in new players, and it's hard to bed in new players when things aren't going your way, and you're trying to shoehorn people into positions to try and get to sort of recapture the magic, if you will, of last season. So it has been quite difficult, and we look and we try and bring people in to fill those gaps, and the situation we're in, the type of club that we are, it makes it very difficult for us to attract anybody.
But you're like Allan, you had a lot of really young players, really keen, and I personally think that's the future of ladies football and amateur football in general. Once again, speaking to some of your colleagues, you found a home in Chorley. I know it's not Victory Park, but you found a home, and that's going well for you.
Yeah, the people at Coppell United are fantastic.
What's it called?
Coppell United.
Coppell United. Big shout out to them.
They, as a club, fantastic. My brother played for them for a short period of time, and you know, in terms of the committee and the people that are working around that club, they fall over backwards for us trying to help us, which is fantastic. And you know, it's great. The issue we have, I think, is in our league, everybody's pushing forward. You're seeing Newcastle have made a move and they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, but you still drew 1-1 with them.
We did, yeah.
Good
you know,
performance.
there's people making moves. People are going into stadiums. Bradford, I think, are playing at Bradford, PA, and they're getting.
That's a great ground, though. The Horsefall is a lovely ground.
And you know, it's people are making moves. It's great for us, but the players at this level want to play in those sorts of stadiums.
Yeah,
and I think you know the teams below us. You know, there's some really good clubs in the North West Regional League, and you know they're making moves. They're playing in stadiums. Darwin playing. I mean, I live in Darwin. They have a stadium that they play at. They've
a former league club, I do believe.
Darwin FC, yeah. You know, and it's difficult. And you know, I think what helped us is we had a group of players that worked hard for each other, and they still do. And you know, I think the problem is that we're just hurting a little bit at the minute, and we need to try and change that really, really quickly.
Well, all I could say is the football world needs more people like you, Ben.
I'm not sure about that at the minute.
No, but you stick with what you believe in. Your team today on that pitch was an exceptional game of football. I know Allan for the first time we've beaten you, and you've been very kind and gracious to come and talk to Allan Town TV. May I wish you all the best, and Chorley all the best for the future, and thank you very much for joining us.
No, thank you. Brilliant to be here.